Hello everyone, this is Imuu and today we will be discussing One Piece chapter 1072, The Weight of Memory. So firstly we have to discuss the possibilities going forward of cloning, since Stassi turned out to be a clone of a former Rocks Pirates member, Miss Buckingham Stassi, who looks and is named similar to Miss Bakin, who is Weevil's mother, and Whitebeard, who is said to never had children, however considered his crew, his family, and everyone who joined other than Odin was considered his son. So Weevil, Stassi, Bakin are all related, as Stassi was first seen with the person who funded Mads, the person in the underworld. So it's possible that Miss Bakin found an unsuccessful clone of Whitebeard and called him her son, as he has a lot of his properties, and as stated by the Marines, he has prime Whitebeard strength, so he is no scrub. So he is possibly a failed or not a one-on-one clone, as Vegapunk, if it's not one-on-one, he wouldn't consider it successful, as we have seen with Kaido's Devil Fruit. It was pink, so it was a failure for him. So considering that Weevil was not a one-on-one replica of Whitebeard, he probably considered him a failure, and Miss Bakin found him and took him as a son, and told him that Whitebeard was his father. So this is a wild possibility. Also, Tashigi had a connection with Vegapunk, and she brought the kids to him so that he could cure him. And Tashigi was stated to be looked very similar by Zoro to Kuina, his childhood best friend. So there's a possibility that after the Revolutionary Army found Kuina's corpse, they made a clone of her, brought her to Vegapunk, and Vegapunk made a clone of her that worked for the Marines. So this is also a possibility. And there are a lot of possibilities, like Stassi was in the CP0 and she turned out to be a clone made by Mads. So who else is planted where and can turn out to be a clone all along? Literally anyone could turn out to be a clone of anyone. And possibly, since we have Miss Buckingham Stassi of the Rocks Pirates, and we have Weevil who was similar to Whitebeard, so possibly we'll have maybe a similar clone of Big Mom, a similar clone of Rocks, a similar clone of Kaido, but maybe we only had his Devil Fruit, so maybe not. And possibly other Rocks Pirate members, Shiki the Golden Lion, endless possibilities. So this is really interesting, and like, we are playing chess, Oda's playing checkers. Like, no one's on Oda's level, because if Tashigi turned out to be a clone, then Oda has possibly planned it from the beginning of One Piece. Do you know how insane it is that Oda, if this is true, Oda's just sitting for 24 years waiting to make a reveal? I don't know how he does it. Like, Oda is not human. His brain has ascended to a new degree. This chapter also is very interesting, as we get a lot of setup for Kuma's flashback and his sacrifice for Bonnie, and his memories stored by his powers. So there's a lot of setup for a really good story to unfold here. We also get Zoro vs Kaku, and I am not going to rant about this, but Kaku is awakened, and Kaido did not awaken, and King or Queen never awakened. One was rushed. I have nothing else to say. And we also get set up for Sanji and Frankie going to help Zoro and Brook in fighting the Seraphims. So who will match up with who? I think it's obvious that Zoro will fight the swordsman. I don't know if Oda will make another case of Sanji refusing to fight a woman with Boa Hancock's Seraphim, because I think Frankie and Kuma have a lot of history, so possibly Frankie will fight Kuma's Seraphim. Maybe Sanji will fight Jinbei's. He already clashed with them once, so possibly. And there's a small line from Sanji when Nami tells him to go and help out Zoro. He says, Nami's orders are absolute for mere affirm. Could Oda be implying that Sanji, his siblings, were Judge's take on the Seraphims, as Judge perfected the cloning technique and even tried to amplify his sons? So I don't know if Oda's hinting or if it's just a one-line joke. So overall, I really enjoyed this chapter, and I really look forward to see where Oda is going to take the story from here. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps me out a lot. And if you want to join my Patreon, the link is in the description below. So this is Imuu, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!